It is time to do some birthday glam, okay? I'm talking full beat. I'm talking beat to the gods. Let's do it. And by the way, I'm KJ Miller. I am a founder, lecturer, and content creator. I love all things business and beauty and pop culture. If you love any of that, be sure to subscribe. Now let's get into this birthday makeup. Now, for those of you who don't know, I recently celebrated a birthday, and I celebrated by giving a Taylor Swift concert for my friends and family. You should check out the full little compilation video I did over on TikTok. But one of the comments I got, and in fact, one of the most liked comments I got on that video, was that my glam was everything. And you know what? It was. And it took me a very long time because I don't usually do a full beat. To know me is to know I'm the everyday makeup girl. I'm the 5 minutes in and out. But for my birthday, I wanted to do a full beat. And I am now going to share with you a little tutorial to help you. I'm now going to share with you a little tutorial so you can do it too for your birthday. Okay, so step one is primer. I am using my Minted Perfect Prime. Yes, it is dirtier than anything should ever be. I don't use primer every single day, but I do use primer when I'm doing a full beat because this one in particular, it's got soft focus powders. You see that? That help to blur and also to mattify so that your makeup stays on all night while you're partying the night away. Because after I did my whole concert, we actually turned it into a karaoke party. Oh, so much fun. You can already see it's like giving me blur. And I've got some texture going on, which you can kind of see. So let's blur that out, honey. Okay, and now it is time for foundation. As always, I'm going in with my Skin by Minted in the shade M40. So I love this foundation so much because, as I've said a million times, it's so hydrating. We've got aloe leaf extract in here. We've got hyaluronic acid in here. We've got grapeseed oil in here. It's just a very hydrating formula. You can see it blends out so easily, so beautifully. I am getting a little bit darker, so I might have to transition my shade soon. Because, you know, I'm out in the streets, I'm out in the sun, I've been on the beach, I've been at the pool, okay? It's summertime. But I don't think I need to change it quite yet. Okay, now it's time for one of my favorite steps, which is conceal. This is Minted's Full-Time Brightening Concealer. Love, love, love it. Now, for a birthday glam, we're using a lot of concealer, okay? Because we want a nice, bright under eye. I'm using the shade CEO. It is our top selling shade, and I did name it for myself. I'm going to bring that down the bridge of my nose because I want to make my nose also appear to be just a little bit slimmer. And of course, I'm going to bring it down the bridge of my nose, and I put a little here. I'm going to do a little bit more, bring it up just a bit more. That's a little bit more than I typically do, again, because it's glam. Now, I do want to let this sit for a little bit. While it's sitting, I'm actually going to zhuzh up my brows. So I'm, of course, using the Minted Highbrow Pencil in the shade Brow Down. It's perfect. It's the perfect shade. It's like a deep brown. Now, when I'm doing my brows, honey, I need to see up close. Okay, so I've done this one. You can already see it's just a little bit darker and a little bit more defined than this one. So I'm going to do this one now just so you can see my technique. Because my eyebrows are already tattooed on, I'm really just filling in. But this is a really good pencil if you don't have brows, which, by the way, before I got mine tattooed, I did not. Because it's so precise. You can literally draw on a whole brow if that is what you need to do. And believe me, I did it for years. Yes. All right, and now we're ready to go ahead and blend the concealer. It's nice to let it set because then I feel like it just stays a little bit thicker. And you get more payoff, which is what we want because we want that bright under eye. And don't worry if you feel like you're kind of washing yourself out because we're going to come back and contour. Now this part, I gotta try to make sure I'm not messing up my brows. Sometimes I get a little loose since I already did my brows and I don't really want to have to do them again. Be careful up here. Now you can see the center of my face is really starting to look bright, which is what we want for our birthday glam. And if you're thinking it's too bright, first of all, you can't shine too bright on your birthday, but second of all, don't worry. We've got more steps. All right, it's time to contour. I'm coming back with my Skin by Minted, this time in the shade D40. This is currently the darkest, deepest shade of our Skin by Minted. I do believe the time is coming where we will deepen that out. I like to come kind of right on the top of the cheekbone. Some people go under. I like to go right on top of it with my contour and bring it down kind of in line with the corner of my eye. And then I'm just bringing the contour kind of around the perimeter of my face as well. One trick that I learned from a makeup artist a while back is if you immediately start going in with your sponge to blend your contour, you're going to be here all day. So it's good to take a brush. I'm using my same makeup brush to kind of spread it out, place it almost where you want it. This is just going to make it easier to blend. We're kind of getting the blending process started with our brush, and then we're going to finish it with the sponge. So I'm bringing it down from my hairline, but kind of up in circles from my cheek. Okay, and now that we've gotten it started with the brush, it's easier to finish with the sponge. And I like to use the fat side of the sponge. Now, at this point, something that often happens for me is I feel like my contour has creeped up a little too much. This happens to me all the time. Maybe if I were a professional makeup artist, it wouldn't happen, but it does happen. So I just take a little bit more of my concealer, kind of right under my eye. And then I'm going to take the pointier part and kind of blend that in, just to soften out the fact that my concealer came up a little bit higher than I wanted it to. If your concealer stays exactly where you want it to and you don't have that issue, you don't need to do this step. But I usually find myself needing to do this. It's like I just get a little heavy-handed with the concealer. Now I am also going to go ahead and contour my nose. This isn't something I typically do, but you know, for birthday, usually if I'm going to do anything on my nose, I'm just going to bronze it. But for my birthday, I am going to take a nice flat-tipped brush like this and go ahead and contour the nose. You can see that? Precise, honey. Now, when it comes to a nose contour, baby, you have got to blend, okay? You do not want to be out here looking like Frankenstein, looking like Bride of Chucky, looking like Skeletor. You have got to blend longer than you think you need to blend, okay? Because even though from afar right now I might look okay, if you were to come up close, I would look crazy. So I'm still going to be blending, okay? Minding my business and blending my contour, okay? But I love it, I love it, I love the look of it. Okay, the nose is giving snatched. So now that we've got all of our creams on, we can start to set and put on our powder products. I'm actually gonna be using our setting powder, the Minted Setting Powder in Light Tan. Medium Deep is my usual everyday go-to. But again, I'm trying to brighten it up. So for Birthday Glam, I'm going in with Light Tan, picking up a bit on my sponge and tapping it in all in that under eye. Then I take this brush. Literally the only thing I do with this brush is dust off powder, which I think is so funny to have a brush that has such a specific purpose. Just gets right in those crevices, cleans it right on up. I think it looks so nice. It feels nice. Boop. We're getting someplace, okay? Do you see? We're getting there. Now it's time for bronzer. I am using, as always, the Minted Bronzer in Yacht Life. You can see I'm holding on to this for dear life. I like to pick up a lot and stamp it on, just like that. You see that? Stamp it and then circle it out. Ugh. Love, love, love. Okay, and then I'm also bringing it up here, kind of everywhere I put my contour. I'm now bronzing. It's just, you know, amping it up. And yes, that includes my nose. I am going back over that same area with a little bit of bronzer. We're just amping everything up. I remember actually Beyonce's makeup artist talking about this. Like, everything you do with liquid, then go back over it with powder if you really want it to last and you really want it to be full glam. And I believe in that. And now we get to the star of the show, which is the eyes. For my performance, I really wanted to do kind of a soft, smoky eye with a bit of purple because I was wearing a very sparkly top with a lot of colors, and I thought purple would pull out nice. So that's what I did, and that's what I'm going to show you here. We start by creating the base of the lid with the Minted Color Intense eyeshadow stick. This is in the shade Deja Brew. So it's a really nice soft brown, and you're going to put that all over the lid. You see? All over the lid. You can bring it up a little bit into your crease, but we're not taking it, up. And then we're just going to kind of blend both of those up and out a little bit, just so it's not too harsh before we start to apply our powder. Okay, next we're going to need our Every Night eyeshadow palette, and we're going to take this bottom center shade here. This is Harlem. I lived in Harlem for almost 10 years, honey. And you want kind of a flat top brush. You're just going to pick it up on your flat top brush and then place it right on top. We're just adding a bit more brown to our brown. It's going to give it just a bit more intensity. Now you could at this stage go in with the jet black, with your jet black if you want to go full smoky eye, but I was looking for a soft smoky eye. And then again, you'll take a fluffier brush and just kind of blend that up. All right, so now we've got like the beginnings of our smoky eye. It's looking really good. Now we get to go in with the purple. Okay, so in our palette, it's this shade here. It's called Atlanta. And I'm going to kind of stamp it and blend it. Same thing. This is, because it's a deep purple and I'm putting it already on deep brown, it's subtle. It's not going to be like boom in your face purple, which is not what I wanted. I wanted, a soft smoky with a little bit of color. So I'm just, again, kind of stamping that on. And then I'm going to blend it out. Stamp, stamp, stamp. And now, I'm just going to kind of bring it up and out. So pretty. I think that's so pretty. It's soft. It's easy. Now, you are going to want to put on lashes. Before I do that, though, I'm going to go ahead and put on my blush. Sticking with my fave, Clay Too Much. Just going to apply that right on the apples. Just bring in a little bit of color. Okay, so then you've got to throw on your lashes. This is our everyday eyelash set. I will say, it's a really nice eyelash for every day. Like if you're a girl who wants to put on a lash every day, this is really great for that. Because we just made it so easy, like with the lash adhesive. I do like to shake it. Make sure that glue really is getting down in there. But I just feel like it's so easy. You're just going to literally apply it like liner. You see? I like to put on a double dose, so I know my lash is not going anywhere. And it didn't all night. I danced, I sang, I played piano, I did my thing. That lash stayed on. Okay, and now for our final step, gloss. I love Mauve Over. I think it's a perfect complement. So pretty. So that's it. That's your birthday glam. Now, obviously, I added accessories, an outfit, hair, but you get the idea. I just wanted to give you a sense of how I pulled together my look for my birthday. Hopefully it's helpful. If you've got a birthday coming up, let me know what other type of looks you might want to see. And as always, if you love this kind of content, please be sure to subscribe. I'll see you next time.